Hey guys, it's Rizzy. Imagine that you've got a single player or multiplayer world that you've got either yourself or a lot of people moving around, and you want to have different places that are linked together, without a lot of redstone cluttering everything up. I've designed this subway system of rail carts that can be modularly installed and do not have any traffic problems or clutter problems as far as that goes. So I wanted to go over and show you how I built it and how it works. So this is what a station looks like. It's I believe 15 by 22 block area. Let me check. 15 by 25. Okay, fair enough. But this is what an average station will look like. You can decorate it however you like. This is just the bare bones version of it. So you'd get here and you'd see like station A or station, Nether, wherever you are. And all you have to do is get into the cart and hit the button to be on your way. So now this side is the exact same thing as over there, but without all the walls. This is the bare bones version of how it works. So the way it works is that you get into a station and you have two options. You can either keep going if you want to, see the next station and not stop here, or you can get out here and just chill. So when you're done chilling at the place that you want to be at, if you want to get back into the station, same thing. Get in, hit the button, and you're on your way. And so let's say we want to continue going. We hit the button, and we continue again on to the next station. So it's very simple. In terms of the player, it's all written out in like two signs to give the entire instructions. All of it's seamless and just done with a couple of redstone buttons. So if you're on a server with claims, you can set the permissions just for activating buttons, and the entire system will work. So let's see how it actually works, though. To start, we'll go, case by case. So in case one, you have a player who just hits the button and the minecart is empty. In that case, the cart will go. It'll be put into the next subway. It will not reach its destination, and it will get sorted into the hopper system, which then feeds back to where the cart loaders are. So in scenario 2, you are in the cart. And you get out, in which case the cart is again sorted into the system, back to the loader here. In scenario 3, you just continue on, and you've already seen that. So let's go over to the glass side so I can show you how all of it works. So there are 4 modules inside of this. They're all very simple redstone machines that are, I guess, not machines, but gates or logic functions that sort these cards and make this whole thing work. They're very simple to make, and they make a beautiful station when you're done. So the first one is the speed resetter, and it makes sure that the entire system works by having all of the carts that are coming in have their speed reset. This is done in a very simple way by having 5 powered rails. Just slam a cart into this block, which then resets it. So to build this, you just need 5 powered rails, and then a block that the cart will run into at that same height level. And then it falls into this angled rail and put with 1 powered rail afterward. After which it goes straight and then down 1 and onto this ramp, which is too tall. And the basis of this system is that empty carts don't go as far as carts with players in them. So if I put this here, you can see the cart does not make it all the way up the hill and hits the cactus to be sorted. Again, it's just, 5 powered rails, block, angled rail, powered, non-powered. You go down 1, and then you have a curved angle rail, and it goes up 2. Then after that, you have the, I guess you could call this the player detector. This is the, continue or leave station of the subway station. So you have a player or a empty cart once they get out that is here. Again, so if I hit the button, empty carts do not make it far enough up this hill and are sorted into the system. And you have both this plate here and to the button, both powering the rails right here. So you can see this is just done with a redstone torch on the back of that block right there, the one this is on. So this plate powers this torch, and the button has a little redstone circuit to invert it really quick, and then go in and have it also activate the torch. So if either of these are powered, it will turn on the rails. And you can see it's the same thing as before. The cart does not make it up to this block if it is empty. The reason being, again, just because of weight, but the important part is that if you make it to this block, it has a quick redstone circuit from the detector rail, which powers this powered rail here. So, and you can see that if you were a player, you would hit this and then it would power and you'd continue on. But if it's an empty cart, it again just falls back down to the sorting system. So that's very simple, and it just boosts it over the starting point here and continues on. So this last part here is the cart sender. So the cool part is that even if you send a cart empty, or if you go, it sends it off and puts another one out right away. And that all happens in one button click. The button powers this redstone right here, which goes to a dropper and then a dispenser. And the dropper is just to put the hopper system upward into the dispenser. So you have the button powering the dropper and the torch right here, which powers the railing. And blocks that are against carts will actually push them slightly when they're moving, so that it automatically goes on its way. Now I can focus in the glass to give a better view of the redstone down here. You can see that the button has the redstone going into this dropper. And underneath it, we have one redstone, one repeater at 1 tick, and then another redstone going to this torch, which lets the button power that torch on this little circuit here. You also have this torch on top of the dropper to power this block, which powers the dispenser in one swift movement. And the delay between these just makes it so that it happens seamlessly. So you have the cart here, wherever your end rail is. Below it's the dispenser. Below that is the dropper. And you have your activating redstone, your output redstone, and you have a repeater with 1 tick and a torch on the side of the dropper. And this needs to be a solid block as well as this. As this one also too. Any block with redstone inputs need to be solid so that they can work. The important part here is that you have one separation rail so that the power from your output, rails aren't bleeding into your station. Otherwise, every cart you spawn is just going to instantly go away. So the 4 things that we've got working again is the speed resetter, and then the player detector, and then the, player sender. There's not really a name for this part. It just, you choose if you stay or not. And then the actual hopper system that takes the carts and dispenses them. And so you can see over here on this side, you might extend the station out to include the resetter. It's up to you. But it is all contained in Redstone. You can't mess anything up. So if players just walk into here and hit the button, there's nothing to really mess up. It's all can be hidden very easily. And you can't really mess up the carts because you always have another one spawned. And my favorite part about this by far is that you don't have any traffic. So if you've ever had it where you have a minecart rail and you run into an empty one just sitting on the rails, that will not happen with these. They will always reach the next station, assuming that your rails are good out here. And when they reach the station, they will always be sorted. So you don't have to worry about any of that. And the best part is that if I had these stations, I could create another set of these stations wherever I wanted, as long as they were adjacent at each little module that they connected to. So I could build 2 more stations, 1,000 blocks that way, and they would all work on the same rail. So I'm going to be putting the download to this in the description. I hope that it was helpful and I gave a good enough overview of how this all works. It just uses simple redstone, and I know there's mods out there that can improve how this works. But I thought it would be nice to show off, and kind of. I love subway systems and just trains in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed.